All right, gorgeous souls, welcome back to XOXO Tarot. If you chose the first card, get ready for a deep, juicy reading about your romantic connection. This one's all about missed moments and how you light up his world in a way he can't ignore. The cards are laid out, so let's dive into the magic and see what the universe has for you. We will begin the reading for the first card from the left. For those of you who chose the first card, it seems he is missing the timing with you. The timing for contacting you, the timing for confessing, the timing for apologizing, the timing for suggesting to meet more often or to take things more seriously. He seems to be missing these moments. In the cards, he has the energy of water, or perhaps his inherent energy is a bit like that. He tends to be cautious in his thoughts or judgments, and he has a careful personality. In terms of his profession, he might be in a specialized field. Finance, medicine, prosecution, police, or law. There could also be architects or researchers among them. It appears he has put in significant effort over time, and through that effort, he has achieved something. Since he carries the energy of water, some of them might be self-made, or they have a fate where their efforts yield results. On the other hand, you likely have a lot of earth or fire energy, whether in relationships or work. You have strong drive and accomplish what you set your mind to, but you also have a sensitive side. You are affectionate, yet you were born with good judgment and wisdom. Many of you likely have great intuition or sharp senses. Also, those with strong water energy might subtly have an interest or talent in art or religion, so keep that in mind. It also appears he has a wandering energy, which could mean frequent business trips or a job involving movement. He might work in something related to overseas matters, or even live abroad. It looks like he keeps missing the timing with you, so let's take a look at his inner thoughts. It seems he has made a choice that wasn't you. There was a situation where he had no choice but to make that decision, or it could be related to rumors. He might have chosen someone else or prioritized a certain situation. It appears that after you were greatly disappointed, he realized something later, or after some time has passed, he wants to come back to you. Regarding his choice of another person, we need to talk about the rational side of things. It seems there was a limitation he felt with you. He was very attracted to you and felt good, but there was something about your personality he found difficult. Your style is different from the people he has met before, and there was a part of your thinking he couldn't fully understand. He says he felt a bit inadequate. If you were in a serious relationship, it seems there was also a slight sense of boredom. Situationally, he feels he couldn't fully align with you, which made him feel inferior or overly cautious. Even though you might have felt uncomfortable or disliked something, he sensed you were holding back. And because of that, he might have made a different judgment or choice. When he shows you the Ten of Cups, it's a card of great satisfaction and happiness when you were together. The happiness and fulfillment you gave him were exceptional. It felt like meeting his ideal type after a long time, so he was full of excitement and truly happy. However, he felt there were things you clearly weren't telling him. He couldn't keep asking, and he didn't want to make you uncomfortable while being with you. He didn't want to make you unhappy. He wanted to keep making you happy, but he felt his personality and circumstances couldn't fully align with you. He thought that continuing like this wouldn't be good for either of you, so he made a different judgment or choice. For some of you, it might have been a fling that fizzled out. He likely thought that as time went on, it might lead to more hurt or discomfort for both of you. It seems there were many breakups without proper closure, or some of you might have experienced ghosting. For those in unfavorable situations, it seems there are things to resolve with him, or an explanation or apology is needed. Right now, in his heart, he is thinking about the good moments and memories with you. However, he feels he missed the timing or made mistakes. And since he thinks you might still be thinking about it, he lacks the courage to reach out or express himself confidently. The first card strongly indicates communication. For those who chose the first card, let's look at the timing aspect again. In terms of what you mean to him, you are someone he wants to contact right now, someone he wants to communicate with. Or if you're currently seeing each other, someone he wants to have casual, joyful conversations with again. He wants to have that kind of communication with you. The ring card appears, indicating he wants a committed relationship with you. to make you his own. He wants to confess to starting a relationship or propose a serious commitment. Since he lacks the courage to contact you or respond, let's look at the timing. Here comes another card. I see him reaching out clearly within a week or a month. He will clarify the ways he hurt you or left wounds. Or simply, he might apologize for not contacting you first. In terms of timing, it seems he won't drag things out vaguely anymore. He's someone who will move forward decisively. He's drawn the Ace of Swords, meaning he's made up his mind and is ready to speak. When he contacts you, he might be clear and resolute, unlike before. Before that, though, there will definitely be explanations, apologies, or expressions to comfort your heart. That's how it appears to me. You're a catch, and he knows it. He'll step up when he's ready. This reading is all about second chances, seizing the moment. You're his dream, his missed opportunity, the one he's ready to fight for. Trust your heart, lean into your power, watch this connection come back to life. Here's to Group 1. May your love story find its perfect timing. Bloom into something magical. If this resonated, give a thumbs up, drop a comment, subscribe. It sends double the good vibes back your way. XOXO. All right, beautiful souls, welcome back to XOXO Tarot. If you picked the second card, get ready for a heartfelt, juicy reading about your romantic connection. This one's about the deep pull you have on this guy, the cycles you've been through, and how he's starting to see you as his forever person. The cards are all laid out, so let's jump into the magic and uncover what the universe wants you to know. Okay, you chose the second card, and wow, the energy is intense. For those of you who chose the second card, it's best to start by saying that you are a significant presence to him. He says you are someone he wants to have a serious and deep relationship with. You are the only one he can open his heart to, the one he can trust, the one he wants to have a serious and deep relationship with moving forward, the one he's been searching for, the woman he's been looking for. The second card speaks about repetition. If he appears as the World card, he has a strong sense of boundaries in his values, views on love, or judgments. Because of this, it's not easy to change or sway him. He has things he's built or wants to protect, and he has a firm philosophy about his future and love. The Peacock appears, showing that he is recognized or seen as attractive by others, not just you. He has a certain vibe or aura, which might not have been your initial focus, or you didn't have strong feelings at first. But as you got to know him or kept seeing him, you became serious, grew fond of him, or felt you couldn't let him go. The situation is quite prominent. One side had expectations about the outcome or situation, but as the relationship continued or as you kept seeing him, it didn't turn out as expected for one side. In your relationship, one of you is more hurt, had more thoughts, or had to consider more circumstances. For those in typical situations, you might have had a repetitive fling or relationship with him, or it was hard to move beyond a certain point. It seems both he and you had things to consider, and because of his unchanging nature or circumstances, you felt a lot of heartache, faced difficulties, or had many thoughts over time. He doesn't change. From your perspective, he seems to think or consider things based on his own standards. I can see that too. Now, let's take a look at his inner thoughts. He initially tried not to give his heart to you too quickly. He might have tried not to fall too fast. You were so great, so desirable, or kept catching his eye, but he thought it wasn't right or that he shouldn't have you. You were too much for him, more than he could handle. He felt he shouldn't pursue you. You were someone precious to him, but he felt there was a gap. He needed to work harder or prepare more to match you. From his perspective, he tried not to love you, not to fall deeper, or not to be greedy for you, but it didn't work out that way. The Star card appears. At night, he would think of you, or like the stars in the night sky. You became a habit, something he naturally thought of. You entered his heart naturally, and he couldn't help but love you. He admits he put the brakes on his heart early on. The Hanged Man appears, showing he loved you in his own way for a time. But there was something different between you and him, and he felt he couldn't satisfy you or lacked confidence in the gap he felt. Because of this, he He couldn't fully explain himself to you, avoided you, or stopped doing what he should have, even though he knew your heart. The Nine of Pentacles appears. He longed for you and watched you for a long time, and there were moments or times when he felt it had to be you. You were a great comfort to him, a source of support, always by his side, someone he naturally relied on and desired. You quickly became a significant presence in his life, but he kept saying he was lacking. He questioned whether he was good enough for you, felt he hadn't done enough for you, and wondered if he was doing things right. He felt guilty for the mistakes or repetitive patterns in the relationship, wondering if he had the right to want you or have you. But now, in his heart, you've become his entire world. He didn't think this way before, but now he wants to be greedy for you, to have a serious relationship with you, to start something with you, or to openly do something in your relationship. His heart has shifted in this direction. He's starting to want you. Before, he suppressed his feelings, tried to keep boundaries, or held back. But when you contact him or meet him, he continues, though he doesn't go further. For those who were a couple, he was consistent in the relationship for a while, but then suddenly stopped or gave up. Some might have stopped contacting as much or meeting for dates. But he reflects on his situation, wondering if he's someone worthy of you or if he can want you. He feels lacking, thinks it's not right, and tries to let go or make a decision not to pursue. But in the end, he discovers he can't do without you. In any relationship, even a repetitive one, he now wants to sincerely start something with you. For those in a relationship, he's regaining his resolve and hoping for marriage. In broken relationships, he felt unworthy of you, but now he realizes he was foolish for thinking that way. He wants to want you again and have that relationship. For those in secret relationships, he had a lot of thoughts and felt unworthy, but now he's done overthinking or worrying about circumstances. He no longer thinks you don't fit, and he wants to confidently make you his. The World card shows that in his worldview, this is possible, or his heart is in that state. He's starting to want you, to have a serious and deep relationship, and he says you're the one he's been looking for. The second card suggests you've been through a lot of heartache. You couldn't let go or fully have him, and even if you had him, it felt incomplete, with a sad or empty corner in your heart. But now he might become the person you want. His mindset has shifted. However, the common trait of those with the second card is that they don't see themselves as lacking, but he keeps saying he's not enough for you. This isn't necessarily about financial or professional inadequacy. He might feel he's lacking because he can't give you everything you deserve. Consider your situation. In a secret relationship, he tried to limit his desire for you, but now his heart wants to make you his completely. His desire has grown stronger. You're someone he can't give up, someone he sees as the completion of his love. He's no longer feeling unworthy or sorry, but looking forward with confidence. That's how it appears to me. You don't have to chase, but showing him you're open can help him take that leap. And if he's still hesitating, give him space to step up. You're a catch, and he knows it. He just needs to believe he's worthy of you. This reading is about breaking cycles and stepping into a deeper love. You're his dream, the one he's ready to fight for, the one he wants to build a life with. Trust your heart. Lean into your strength and watch this connection transform into something beautiful. Here's to group 2. May your love story move past the loops and bloom into something real and lasting. If this resonated, give a thumbs up, drop a comment, subscribe. It sends all the good vibes back your way. XOXO. Hey gorgeous souls, welcome back to XOXO Tarot. If you picked the third card, buckle up for a spicy, soul-deep reading about your romantic connection. This one's about the electric push and pull with this guy, the way you're driving him wild and how he's wrestling with his feelings for you. The cards are all laid out, so let's dive into the magic and see what the universe is spilling about your love story. Okay, you chose the third card, and wow, this energy is intense, like a tug of war with sparks flying. It seems you're engaged in a subtle power struggle with him. Some of you might be in the push and pull phase of a fling, or perhaps you're at a stage where you need to move to the next chapter. like transitioning into a committed relationship or even marriage. Many of you might be fighting often, arguing over trivial things. Some might feel he doesn't contact you, doesn't respond, or keeps you waiting over small matters. Others might feel you're constantly hurting each other, taking turns causing pain. In the cards, the King card on the left represents you, and the Queen card on the right represents him. The dynamic between you two is a bit like yin and yang reversed. You carry the yang energy, while he likely carries the yin energy. When looking at your birth chart, some might focus on the day stem, but you should consider the chart as a whole. The yang energy you have means that in this relationship, you tend to be more considerate, more accommodating, or even end up taking the lead with him. You give in to him because you know what kind of person he is, and you don't want to feel frustrated anymore. You want to resolve things quickly in the relationship, move forward, and head in a positive direction. Because of this, you're likely to be more permissive with him, or you end up taking the initiative. You might also be the softer one in this dynamic. In reality, when looking at the King and Queen, the King listens to the Queen. He can be stubborn and act independently at times, with strong pride, but generally he follows the Queen's lead. Some of you might notice you're subtly following his lead, or when it comes to important or decisive matters, things tend to go his way. This suggests he's a very attractive person to you, but he might also be more stubborn than you, or have stronger pride. Now, let's look into his inner thoughts. The Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and Sword cards appear. He says that the moment he saw you, he knew you were his. You were incredibly attractive to him, and he knew you'd fall for him too. There was an instant spark between you both, or he fell for you the moment he saw you. He felt something thrilling, exciting. His body heated up without him realizing. Or he says, "Out of everyone, I only saw you." This means your appearance and physical presence match the style he desires. He has a lot of people around him, both in his professional life and personally. He carries a magnetic, captivating energy, or those in fiery professions naturally attract followers. Even rational people can't help but be drawn to him. However, to him, everyone around him feels the same, like mass-produced people from a factory. But you are the flower he's been searching for, a natural beauty. You have a warmth and thoughtfulness toward others, which is something he values deeply. He pays close attention to your character, the way you express yourself, and how you communicate with him. While he does notice appearance, he's not someone who makes choices based solely on looks. If he were, he'd have plenty of options around him. But you have a charm and qualities beyond appearance, something distinctly different from those around him. Finding someone like you is rare for him. You might think he could easily meet anyone, but that's not true. To him, you have exceptional qualities, perhaps even remarkable abilities. This could be related to your career or potential he sees in you. From his perspective, you're someone he couldn't easily meet, even if he tried. He's put in effort, time, or work to make you his. However, strangely, you don't seem to acknowledge his efforts, or you don't give him the recognition he expects, or you act as if you've forgotten about it. He feels that if you don't respond to his efforts, or if you don't give him the expressions or reactions he wants, it makes him feel self-conscious, or like you don't notice the things he's done well, or is doing well. He says you're amazing, but somehow he can't control the situation, and you're not like others who simply adore him. This makes you difficult, sometimes burdensome, or even frustrating to him. Yet he can't let you go, and he's realized he's become someone who can't live without you. Right now, he feels you absolutely have to be his, but he's not fully expressing that, or he's pretending he doesn't want to open up or resolve things, even though he's dying to reach out to you. He might be acting the opposite of his true feelings, or not expressing his heart clearly. From your perspective, you might feel he lacks expressiveness, or isn't saying what he should, but he clearly likes you, loves you, and sees you as his. There's a reason he's holding back. From his perspective, you're a bit stubborn. He feels if you just followed his lead in the relationship, he'd give you what you want. But from the start, you've made him feel self-conscious, especially in small, rational matters. And that hasn't changed. He acknowledges you're incredibly attractive, but he feels if he doesn't take full control, he might end up being swayed by you later, or he'll fall too deeply, or end up in a weaker position in love which he doesn't want. He's establishing his stance now to avoid that. In a positive light, he's guiding you to shape the love he wants. In a negative light, he knows you want him, but he's pretending not to care, waiting, or just observing you. However, in his current inner thoughts, with the 10 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords, he desperately wants you, wants to reconnect with you, wants to go on a date today, or share love with you right now. But he's holding back, acting like he doesn't care. For those in a relationship, at this very moment as you listen to this reading, he wants to hold you tightly, confirm you're his, and pour out his love for you. But he's worried you'll tire of him quickly, or the relationship will hit a rut, or you'll take his love for granted. So he's holding back a bit, doing things halfway. He's someone who loves in a complicated way on his own. The Queen in this reading has the strong need for validation in love. You might feel like you can't fully understand him. He's strong with strong people, but softer with those who seem weaker. When you clash with him or need to find balance, try speaking positively, acknowledging him, or asking if he can do something for you. Pretending to be a bit vulnerable or hurt can also work. Since you're represented by the King card, some of you might come across as boyish or tough, not showing weakness to him. You might handle things on your own and take care of everything. But instead, try saying, "I'm struggling today, can you help?" If he's being prickly or grumpy, don't reduce your words to avoid conflict. Shift to a lighter topic, something that can make you both laugh, and use your wit or charm to move past it. He wants a love that looks beautiful and bright to others. He desires a serious relationship and deep love, but when you try to have serious conversations, he avoids them or doesn't give you the chance. He's not great at emotional conversations and he hasn't had much practice. He wants to be someone skilled and impressive to you, but he doesn't want his weaknesses exposed. And he feels like he'll lose to you if he opens up. Some might even avoid giving you that chance. If you're in a fling and feel he's playing push and pull, not moving to the next stage, or doing some things but not others, like being physical but not starting a real relationship, it's because he has a specific stage or timing in mind. We all know those moments, like saying, "From today, we're official," or "You're mine." Those defining expressions feel awkward to him, and he's not used to them. He knows what you want, but he's not mentally ready yet. Some of you might say, "I've been with him for a year," or "I've been with him for 3 years." If you've been in a long fling like this, he does see you as someone he loves or as his, but he's afraid of taking responsibility. If he defines the relationship and can't follow through, he fears becoming an irresponsible person. He wants to be a good, impressive person to you, not someone negative. He's very ambitious about love. On the negative side, he's also afraid of responsibility. Give him some time to prepare mentally. The idea that you've been together long enough to take responsibility or define the relationship isn't in his mind. So let go of that expectation a bit. Treat him as yours, but give him some freedom. If he feels unappreciated or that you're so attractive someone else might take you, he'll naturally start claiming you, saying things like, "You're mine," "Why are you acting like this?" or "You shouldn't be meeting someone else." If you shift your approach, you can guide him and shape the relationship. You're the king. You're smarter than you let on, but you're holding back or tolerating things. It's not easy to control, and when you fight, you don't want to keep fighting if it's not good. Your personalities are a bit different, with different textures, so aligning is tough. It takes time to accept each other, and you're in that process. In personal consultations, some ask, when will he change? Realistically, he won't change. Look at your parents. They fight the same way. Pretend nothing happened and move on. As people age and gain experience, they realize people don't change. They just let it be. Love doesn't change, though. The desire to love, respect, and be together doesn't fade. But few people can change their entire personality for love. So if you love him or see him as yours, let go of trying to change him. Embrace it all and live with it. He can't give up on you. No one else has what you have. Your charm, abilities, or even physical connection. With the Death card, you're likely the only one who can captivate him physically. You might think you're the weaker one, or that you're the only one trying or waiting, but that's not true. Consider shifting your perspective. If that's hard, come to me and I'll explain further. In his heart, he loves you deeply but is pretending otherwise. He wants to hold you right now, make you his again, and draw you into his love. For those who chose the third card, he sees you as someone who makes him struggle, makes him ache, or feels so different and challenging. Yet, he can't help but love you, want you by his side. To give a typical reading, even if he makes you struggle or hurts you, you're someone he can't help but love. If you've been physical but he's avoiding a real relationship, be cool with him. He'll come to claim you or take you himself. You might be giving him everything, acting like his partner even if you're not. Don't give him everything or be too dependable. You're probably quite considerate and kind, which might be the issue. You might be popular with others, but for some reason it doesn't work with him, where he's at. If you want to move things forward, try being clear about what you want, but in a way that feels warm, not demanding. Say something like, I really like where this is going. Can we talk about what's next for us? Give him space to come to you, but don't be afraid to show him you're ready for more. For those in a situationship, try cooling off a bit, not in a mean way, but let him miss you. Don't give him all the girlfriend vibes without the commitment. You're a catch and he knows it, so let him work for you a little. If you're in a relationship, remind him why you're so special. Maybe plan a fun date or bring back that flirty energy you had at the start. Here's to group 3. May your love story move past the loops and bloom into something real and lasting. If this resonated, give a thumbs up, drop a comment, subscribe. It sends all the good vibes back your way. XOXO. Welcome to XOXO Tarot, beautiful souls. If you've chosen the 4 card, get cozy. This reading is all about your romantic connection and how you light up someone's world. Let's dive into the magic of your story. If you picked the group 4, I'm picking up is that you're in a bit of a limbo with someone special. Some of you might have experienced a breakup, or you're in a state of separation. Others might feel there's a disconnection. Or even if you're seeing each other, you're not sharing emotional conversations. Perhaps you're only interacting formally, like through work-related contact, or you're only seeing him at gatherings. Some might be communicating or maintaining a relationship through SNS, but it's limited to that space. Of course, this could also reflect a secret relationship. But for most of you who chose the 4th card, it seems there's a period where you haven't seen each other, haven't been in contact, or have gone through uncomfortable situations regarding meetings or communication. Some of you might still be in such circumstances. In the cards, his card is the Judgment card, and your card is the High Priestess. Of course, since this is a general reading, the roles could be reversed for some. But in most cases, you are likely the High Priestess. This is because you tend to hold back your desires to express yourself, or you're cautious in the relationship or with communication. You're observing the situation, waiting, or carefully considering the circumstances. Many of you are holding back out of consideration for him. The efforts or care you've put in for him often leads you to think more about him, adjusting to his needs. That's why I see you as the High Priestess. When he appears as the Judgment card, it suggests he's been apart from you, even briefly, or has experienced a time of disconnection. During this time apart, he's come to realize your value. He's had moments where he couldn't help but recognize how precious you are. In fact, when it comes to love or relationships, he's quite different when he's with you compared to when he's not. Before meeting you, he might have felt that love or relationships were impossible, uncomfortable, or something he couldn't expect. He's experienced failures or made wrong choices in the past. Additionally, in terms of his situation, like his career or work, he's had ambitions and gone through changes. Because of this, he might have given up on love, thinking it was a luxury for him, or even vowed to himself not to pursue deep relationships anymore. However, after you appeared in his life like a sudden spark, he changed. Without realizing it, he started to feel greedy, to desire something. Your presence has become incredibly significant in his love life, and you might not even realize how big of an impact you've had on him. Now, let's take a closer look at his inner thoughts. The cards show that for those who chose the fourth card, his feelings start with the Sun card. To him, you are like the sun in his life, a sudden, radiant presence. When we see the sun, it feels bright, dazzling, and warm. That's what you were to him. You were an unexpected presence. Beyond his predictions or expectations, a beautiful and warm person who appeared out of nowhere. You became someone he looked forward to, someone he waited for, and ultimately, the person he desired most. In the past, there were moments when you suddenly entered his life, bringing him happiness. He likely doesn't fully grasp how grateful he is for you. You brought vitality to his world, and without realizing it, he started expressing himself more, lingering around you, or even showing a playful side he hadn't shown before. In simpler terms, he approached you with kindness or consideration. However, to him, these actions and efforts felt like something he hadn't done in a long time. At first, he didn't expect much. He just wanted to get close to you, to have casual conversations. But the more he saw you, the more he talked to you, or the more you appeared in his space, the more his desire grew. He felt he shouldn't want you, or that his intentions weren't to go this far, but he couldn't help it. He started to want you, to want to possess you. His heart reached a state where he had no choice but to desire you. For some, he's come to like you deeply, or even fallen in love. From his inner thoughts, it seems his emotions moved quickly. In terms of feelings and the relationship, after a certain moment, things progressed rapidly. The Chariot card appears, indicating that meetings and expressions flowed well with him. The issue lies in situational factors. Your relationship seems to require consideration of external circumstances, simple things like age differences, distance, or the need to think about marriage. It might involve people around you, or the need to consider others' opinions when meeting. Because of this, there were times when he couldn't act fully according to his heart, and he spent a lot of time thinking and worrying on his own. Your relationship wasn't one he could pursue purely out of desire. What he truly wanted was a long-term relationship, a lifelong partner, or even marriage. He had big plans to make you his, and he didn't want to force things or move forward carelessly. He also wanted to be seen positively by others with you, to be acknowledged, or to openly show your relationship. He wanted to introduce you to his family with pride, to present you in a good light. However, the circumstances didn't support this, or some situations required preparation or resolution. He faced difficulties due to these circumstances. As a result, he spent time thinking alone, delaying decisions, or in the relationship, he might have acted in ways that felt diluted, like a drink mixed with water, or even like a period of boredom. His thoughts were deep and prolonged during this time. Around then, he also experienced changes or stress in his own situation, which made it hard for him to fully express love or act according to his heart. He feels regret for those moments when he couldn't love you as fully as he wanted. I believe he wasn't able to fully express how sincere he was, or how much he hoped for a future with you. In his current heart, he wants to let go of the past and focus only on your future together. He wants to move forward, to build a future with you like a rising sun. His desire to make something of your relationship is resurfacing. Right now, you might not be seeing each other well, or some of you might be in a situation where you can't meet. Even if you're in a reconnection phase or a fling, he might not be contacting you or responding. Even if you're separated, his current heart is filled with the desire to move forward with you, to want you more. For those in difficult situations, he will take action to create change, to start anew, or to make a clear commitment for the future. Some might even make promises about the future with you. There's also a sense of a fresh start. He might reach out, try to have a conversation with you in some setting, or attempt to connect naturally by bringing you into his space. For those already rebuilding the relationship or recently reconnecting, he's likely trying to secure firm commitments about the future, perhaps even talking about marriage or moving in that direction. In some cases, he might want to promise not to break up again. Because of this, he knows you're irreplaceable to him. Since it's love, he will hold on to you tightly, determined to make you his. As for what you mean to him, you're someone he wants to settle down with, someone he hopes will be his last love. The Lily card appears, and we can't avoid talking about pure love. If you haven't been physical in the relationship, he sees you as someone who brings a fulfilling sense of love and satisfaction. If you have been physical, he feels you're the only one who can satisfy him in that way, and he desperately wants to settle down with you. He wants to give something to you alone. Please listen carefully depending on your situation. For those who chose the fourth card, especially if his birthday is in the fall or winter, based on the lunar calendar up to early February, he's likely very practical. His nature is to prepare for the future responsibly and diligently. He's trying to find the best path for both himself and you. From your perspective, he might seem too practical, calculating, or focused on protecting his own interests. But in reality, he wants to live well and avoid causing harm to those around him. He wants to make others happy. He's not as self-centered as you might think, so please keep that in mind. If you're separated and he wasn't in contact, and there was another romantic issue during that time, he's someone attractive enough to receive attention, perhaps even pressure or proposals regarding marriage. He might have received confessions, but he didn't fully end things with you or decide to move on with someone else. There were likely specific reasons for his actions. Even if someone introduced him to another person or confessed to him, he couldn't coldly cut things off or reject them outright due to his situation. Please consider this. For those who chose the fourth card, many of you will likely hear from him again. This reading is all about hope and new beginnings. Trust your intuition and don't be afraid to open your heart when the moment feels right. Here's to Group 4. May your connection bloom into the love you deserve. If this resonated, give a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe. It sends double the good vibes back your way. XOXO.